Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, I'm Shirley Junita. So today we are going to discuss about the learning material. So my learning material is about writing skills, which is this learning material for student class 10. I chose the topic is recount text. So for the basic competence is first, memahami makna teks tulis fungsional pendek berbentuk recount text dalam konteks kehidupan sehari-hari dan untuk mengakses ilmu pengetahuan. Kemudian mengidentifikasi makna dalam teks tulis pada recount text dan menyusun kerangka recount text dan juga meningkatkan kemampuan menulis recount text. Next, let's improve your writing skills. So, let's make writing a fun activity. Before that, previously, do you know what recount text is? So, I gonna tell you. Recount text is a which retells events or experiences in the past. Its purpose is either to inform or to entertain the readers. And then, do you know the generic structure of recount text is? So, the generic structure of recount text is first, orientations, which it gives the reader the background information needed to understand the text, such as who was involved, where it happened, and when it happened. Second, events, which a series of events ordered in a chronological sequence. And the last, reorientations. So what is the reorientation? The reorientation is a personal comment about the event or what happened in the end, like conclusions. Alright, next. Do you know language features of recount text is? So, the language feature of recount text is introducing personal participant, and then using chronological connections, using linking verb, using action verb, and the last, using simple past tense. So, when you're writing the recount text, you should focus on individual people and then use words which indicate when and where they took place. Next, write in the past tense and also use action word. So I will give you example of recount text about holiday. So, a trip to Tanjung Setia Beach. Last year, at the end of the year, my wife and I decided to spend our holiday at Tanjung Setia Beach, which located around 234 kilometers from Bandar Lampung. So, the first paragraph is orientation. Why? The first paragraph is orientation because orientation, which it gives the reader the background information like personal, such as my wife and I. So the first paragraph is orientation. Next, when we arrived at the beach, we were surprised to see the beautiful view of the beach. After having a quick dip in the ocean, which was really cold and windy, we realized that there were not many people there. Okay, enough. And the third paragraph. After spending few times swimming in the beach, we bought some hot chips at the takeaways store nearby, and we rode our bikes down the beach for a while on the hard, damp part of the sand. The next day, we visited Labuan Jukung Beach. There, we were amazed to see the high wave owned by this beach because it was so high that nobody was brave enough to surf on it that time. So for second paragraph and third paragraph, it's events. Why? The second and the third paragraph is events because a series of events order in a chronological sequence. And the third day there, we decided to go home. When we finally made it back home, we were both totally exhausted because of the trip, but we were so happy to travel such an amazing beach Lampung province has. So for the last paragraph, it's reorientation. Okay, we are going to the process. If previously I, as a teacher, explaining about recount text, and then I will giving an example of recount text, I hope student will identify the generic structure of the text for the example, and then with the example given, I hope students make recount text about their holiday, on recount text about their holiday. I think this is the exercise for student. Okay, I think that's all my presentation about writing skill. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.